All right, so you're going to start this since you've actually started it before.
I am.
And I don't remember the spiel at all, even though I hear it every week. Did you listen to the last episode? I kind of did the
No.
final. Okay, hold on.
I never listen to our episodes.
That's fair. Neither do I.
Well, you kind of have to.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, touche. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. This is a kind of odd episode of the Terror Trio here today. I am one of your hosts, Drew, and I'm actually here with our producer, our wonderful Pat. Pat, say hi.
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 Yeah, so it's kind of weird today. Eugene and Micah were unable to attend because they're both fucking losers. So Pat and I are going to kind of take over for a little while. And
Eugene might be here at the end.
Oh, yeah. Well, Eugene cares more than Micah, obviously. Let it be known.
Boom. You heard it
Boom.
first.
That's right. So
Pull my mic up.
Today, this episode, so this episode will be released on the 4th of July. So we have a couple of good ones. If you think that there's nothing to do with 4th of July and horror, you're fucking wrong.
You were super wrong, according to Google.
And not only that, but America's pretty terrifying. So that in and of itself. But anyway, I do have a little bit of news. I will try to be as good at this as Micah. No promises.
Do you want to be as good as Micah is?
God, no.
There's
God.
a difference between being as good as Micah and being the same as Micah.
I will be as I won't be Micah.
That's fair. There we go.
You're welcome, everybody. So to start, there is a petition for Netflix to cancel the Good Omen show.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, Good Omens. It's a positive outline to Satanism while also being offensive in that God was voiced by a woman. The fun part about that is Netflix actually doesn't run Good Omens. That's an Amazon video.
Yep.
So Amazon responded by saying that they would gladly cancel Stranger Things if Netflix cancels Good Omens. So we'll see how that one goes. I wonder who's going to.
I doubt that's gonna go. Did they just not look at the poster or
Honestly,
anything?
probably not. I think people are just so.
It's plastered Hulu on it. It's not like it's a secret.
I don't understand
who produces that.
Why that people actually pay.
I've heard really good things about it too.
I actually have too, and I was looking forward to watching it. And actually, this kind of makes me want to watch it more. So thank you, people.
I mean, David Tennant's in it, and it's Martin. Is it Martin Sheen?
I believe so.
Oh, which those are two actors I love.
Yeah,
so.
I'm a huge David Tennant fan. I've never seen Doctor Who, but everything else he's in. I mean,
I've seen clips of it,
Same.
and the clips that I've seen him in, like he definitely he goes balls to the wall for it.
Him and Benedict Cumberbatch seem to be the two like main doctors that everybody seems to.
Benedict Cumberbatch was not a doctor.
Nope, I'm sorry. One of the.
Oh shit!
See, I'm already fucking this up. I don't watch the show. We just okay. How are
Me
you gonna
neither.
So how do you know then?
Because I'm a nerd enough to understand pop culture, and one of the biggest tenets of pop culture, no pun intended, is Doctor Who.
Okay, well, I don't fucking know this.
I at least know who isn't a doctor.
Okay, well, Benedict Cumberbatch is.
He was Doctor Strange.
Yes.
There
See?
you
He
go.
is a doctor. Eat a dick.
He was not the doctor.
But he is a doctor, is he not?
He is a doctor.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to hear. Anyway, next order of business. There actually looks to be for Shudder, they're doing Creepshow. And Jeffrey Combs, Kid Cudi, and Big Boy all join. So those are musical people. None that I listen to.
Who's doing Shudder?
They're doing the Creepshow.
Okay.
And Jeffrey Combs, Kid Cudi, and Big Boy.
Those are all like rappers.
Yeah, so they're joining Shudder's Creepshow.
Has there been like a cast that was already, or like a producer or director that was already said, or is this the first time that they've said anything on it?
I think that this is the first time that there's been like they've talked about people being on it, but this is the first time that something's been like
is it gonna be like it originally was, where it was episodic?
Yes.
So it doesn't really, like, there won't be
correct. No, it's going to be like the anthology thing where
have they said it's going to be like a limited run or like a 1-season thing or
so far I'm only hearing of 1 season.
Okay.
But we shall see.
That's an interesting group, but I mean
Jeffrey Combs of Reanimator, that's pretty fun,
This
right?
is true. Yeah, no. It's just an odd choice, I guess.
It's a very odd choice. DJ Qualls is also joining.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Okay. That's how that production meeting went.
Yeah, I know him from The New Guy and Road Trip, and then he was on Supernatural for a brief moment too. He was actually really good in it.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good random actor. Very, very random.
I didn't know the other guys were actors, to be fair.
I honestly don't think. Big Boy from Outkast. Since when is he an actor?
None at all.
And Kid Cudi, he did that one song.
It's true. He did do that one song.
That one. Yeah.
The one.
That song.
Yep.
Yeah. Moving on.
Nailed it.
I'm doing really great, guys. Again.
How many pieces of news do we have, out of curiosity?
Only 3 more. Just kidding.
So we've already blasted. Like Micah would still be on, like introducing step 1.
That's because I'm not a big talker. I'm
that's fair. No, you keep going. You keep going right now.
Let me live my life here. All right. The Scream series will move from MTV to VH1, which seems a little odd to me. I don't know why. I
forgot that they were even on MTV in the first place. Did you actually watch the Scream show at all?
I did not. It's on Netflix, and I keep meaning to, and then I don't because I've actually heard it's pretty good.
I've heard it's good in how bad it is.
That is also what I've heard.
So like, and I don't watch TV at all. Like I have Netflix really and Hulu.
Yeah.
I got like 3/4 of the way through People versus OJ. It was good.
Yeah.
I just never went back to it again. I probably will at some point.
Definitely. I'm also pretty bad. I mean, the only thing we regularly watch that's like newer is Letterkenny. Like we don't really watch a lot of TV, even like all of the American Horror Stories we've kind of fell off of. The Walking Dead,
nobody really fell off of that. Everybody just kind of stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I remember the exact moment I did.
Yeah. Oh, so do I. Yeah, it was like shortly after The Governor. It's just not.
It was when Merle was fighting his brother or whatever, like in the season 3. It was like literally halfway through season 3.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I was just like, well, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Just don't care.
Yeah, I think we were shortly after. I think we were like season 4 was the last one that we watched, and I don't even know what one they're on now. And apparently they killed off 90% of the major characters, so there's no.
I mean, to be fair, I always kind of thought that that's what that show was it was a constantly revolving door, but they needed somebody to stay consistent just to make the story make sense.
Yeah,
because you'd essentially have like 3 or 4 generations of people. Yeah, because
you stopped giving a shit, kind of.
So they needed somebody, but all the people they kept, were just bad.
Nobody cared about them.
They sucked.
I didn't care about most of the. I mean, I know they have to keep Norman Reedus because everybody's just like, you have to keep Norman Reedus. But
to be fair, he was the most interesting character on that show.
He was,
which is not saying a lot.
No,
but he was.
He definitely was. Daryl Dixon, right?
Yeah.
He there was a huge thing when he almost died. Everybody was like rioting, so I think that's when they were like, okay, maybe we shouldn't kill this guy off.
I mean, to be fair, that was like the one character people cared about. So yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Not the rioting part, but I understand.
Yeah. No, I agree. But anyway, so VH1 is taking this up. Queen Latifah is producing it.
What's with the musicians and horror?
I don't know. It's becoming a really big
It's not just the stuff I've heard just now. Like it's been
it's for the past like little while. But musicians and comedians are taking over horror.
The comedian aspect, like that's always kind of been there.
Yeah,
but the musician aspect, no.
It's weird to me.
Especially Queen Latifah.
Very random.
Does she even like horror movies?
I don't know. I don't think she's ever been in an actual horror movie. Like she's been in a couple spoof things.
I definitely know about the spoof stuff, like that. That I get, but out of curiosity, if horror Google, now you get
Google
the Google on scary movie. She was in Sphere, Juice.
She was in Sphere.
The Bone Collector? That one I've never heard of.
Oh my god, you've never seen The Bone Collector?
Not that I know of.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, it does. I do like Denzel Washington.
Oh my god, you have to watch it. It's about a serial killer.
Okay,
Denzel Washington. He's like this really he's a genius, but he's like bedridden.
Interesting.
He's stuck, and like it's one of those things where he's almost completely paralyzed, and he can only move
but
his
he's a
head,
super genius. Yeah.
And he's trying to help.
Okay.
Is it Angelina?
It's Angelina
Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. So they're trying to solve this. Oh my god, you have to watch it. It's so fucking good.
I will watch that. If Denzel's in it, then yes, I will watch it. Either way, she's in there. That being said, she was also in Scary Movie 3, which was the last horror movie she's been in, and that was 2003. Yeah. So this isn't like, it looks like 92, 98, and 99. So she had like a couple in between in a few years, and then nothing since. She was in Ice Age. Does that count?
Some people may be terrified of the Ice Age.
That was a weird ass movie, especially when she was in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but they're bringing back the original Ghostface mask. Because they changed it for the show. It was like that weird.
Oh, that's
like
right,
one of those just like plain white like face masks, and then so they're bringing back Ghostface.
It was just like plain, like didn't have like the long chin or anything.
No. It was like one you buy at Michael's, like one of the craft masks that you can like paint up for.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, not that.
That's interesting.
I think maybe that was something that kind of turned me off to even watching the show in the first
Especially because it does look kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll say it's just kind of odd that
it's not Scream though. It's not
Scream. Like that's the biggest part.
And I definitely don't mean to be one of those people, because like I understand if you're remaking something or redoing it, you want your own take on it. But I don't know. Like Scream is Ghostface to me. That's like
hold on,
like taking Jason's hockey mask.
I'm doing a quick TLDR read. Apparently, they didn't use it in the first place, just because of the fact that they wanted their own story, whatever. But apparently, the new season's a complete reboot.
Oh shit! So
of the entire series, so they're resetting essentially.
Oh, so maybe they're trying to take away from the so bad it's good.
Maybe it's good. Like Roger Jackson's coming back to be Ghostface's voice. Yeah, maybe that's why it's going to be on VH1. That gives them a chance to actually like just completely redo everything. Interesting.
Huh. That is very.
I can't wait for all the people to watch that show and not know that it's rebooted and be super confused.
Yep, try to follow along with everything.
That's gonna be great.
If you are just gonna move along real quick, if you are one of the people that wanted a Babadook pop-up book but couldn't get one, Causeway Films has announced a second and final printing of the book that terrified millions when the film was released in 2014.
Did it?
No.
Did it?
I didn't hate Babadook.
It wasn't bad.
No,
it wasn't terrible.
Honestly, I just wanted that kid to eat a Tide Pod.
Oh yeah, he was a piece of shit.
He was the fucking worst. Like,
out of
good goddamn lord.
So out of curiosity, I just went to look up the price. That's how much it costs.
I don't want to. Is it all right? I'm gonna guess $40.
No.
Higher?
Higher.
$70.
Higher.
Shut the fuck up. How much are you people spending on these books?
Apparently $100 each.
No.
Yeah, the second edition is priced at $100 each. Ultimately, you're wait. Apparently, these people are burning it, but that's interesting. Ooh.
Just burn $100 bill, guys.
Interesting note. They need at least 2,500 orders by September 1st, or they won't do the second edition at all.
Oh, good.
So they're waiting till at least they have a good amount of people. Also, okay, good. The United States, there's only so many countries that it will be shipped to, which looks like most of them, which is kind of an interesting point. Thanks for adding that to the article, /film.com.
Where they burn books, I'm assuming, and don't let
I'm literally looking around, and it's pretty much all of Europe is good. North America is good. Yeah, it's honestly, if you gave a shit about Babadook, I think you're fine. Also, it won't be shipped till 2020.
Oh, so you guys are really putting in an investment.
Putting in the work.
That's it.
That's what we'll call it.
If you want to do that, you're not going to get your book until 2020, but it's your $100.
You got a book, and it's cool.
Cool.
That's all I'm going to say. Yep.
All right. Well, so according to Micah, this is going to be our big dick news story of the day.
Oh, boy. Please tell me you actually wrote that in the notes.
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Well, I wouldn't quote him if you didn't say it.
Yeah, I don't know, to be fair.
To be fair. So last April, they announced that they would be producing a remake or reboot of the cult classic Castle Freak that was originally released in 1995. So today they announced that July of 2019 they begin filming Castle Freak in Albania.
Albania?
So, yeah.
Interesting. Oh, I guess castles. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, castles. So that is super exciting. Award-winning special effects makeup artist Tate Steinzek will make his feature debut. And the directing the script will be Kathy Charles. Italian maestro Fabio Frizzi returns to the Fangoria family to compose the original score for the movie. So that's super exciting.
Interesting.
Barbara Crampton is also a producer. Charles Band, Justin Martell and Matt Manjorides. They're part of the Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. So a bunch of people are financing this. Everybody's really, really super fucking excited about it.
Oh, it sounds cool actually.
Yeah.
That with the names on there. I like where it's going.
I agree. I think this is going to be...
It's not full of some random musicians.
No, yeah.
Is Queen Latifah a part of this?
Queen Latifah is actually directing Castle Freak.
I knew it.
That's why she's only producing the Scream series, so she can direct.
I can say I never thought I would ever put Queen Latifah in the tags for this
honestly
podcast.
I'm pretty excited that you can.
Yeah,
You're going to get a whole bunch of new listeners.
Who are going to be very surprised about what they're hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, that is that's super fucking exciting. I think that, like, obviously I love Castle Freak. I know we talked about it a little bit a couple episodes ago with Allie. How we had her watch it for the first time. It was the Joe Bob.
Oh, is that the one? Yep.
Yeah. So.
That's okay.
Yeah.
What did she have to say about that?
She said, "Why the fuck?" Okay, so yeah, Castle Freak. That one's gonna be super exciting. I can't wait, personally. I think it's going to be fantastic. I know if you're a horror fan, you're really stoked about it. So
no, that's awesome. I mean, let's see here. I'm trying to imagine. I don't remember the last time I actually saw that movie. Like, I know I've seen the movie. I remember the movie. I'm trying to remember how the hell I did see it, because that's not a movie that you just pop on Netflix.
No, yeah. You have to want it.
Please don't say it like that. Please don't say it like that.
Nope, I stand by it. And...
It is available on Amazon Prime, and that's it.
And yeah, and again, Shudder, because Joe Bob Briggs has his episode on it, so you get to see
okay, so you get to see it on there too. What did he have to say about it, out of curiosity?
He loves it. Everyone loves that movie.
He would. I could totally see him loving that. Oh, it's got a 3.7 on Shudder. Apparently, Shudder also gives reviews now.
Yeah. Oh, I did not know that.
Well, now you do, and knowing's half the battle. 86% of the Google users liked this movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and you're right. You don't just pop it in and go, yeah, I think I'm going to check this movie out. Like, I'm sure a lot of it's word of mouth and going.
It's adapted from an H.P. Lovecraft story.
It is. Unlike The Void, which we
Unlike The Void.
Unlike The Void.
What? I don't even know if The Void I don't know of.
Oh, that one's on Netflix. Watch that one.
The Void. I mean, I could see how looking at it, I could see how that would be confused to being...
Well, it's based on Lovecraft, like, characters.
It's Lovecraftian.
Yes, it's Lovecraftian.
But it's not based off a Lovecraft.
No. Yeah, that's correct. So...
Interesting. Very interesting. Apparently, there's The Void, a virtual reality experience in Disney Springs, Orlando, and Anaheim.
Whoa, no.
I highly doubt it's the same thing.
It can't be the same thing, because that sounds like...
But that would be awesome. Looking at it now, it actually looks super dope. It's just a virtual reality company.
Oh, okay.
That you go play virtual reality games like Star Wars Secrets of the Empire.
You fucking nerd. It's a horror podcast.
And also Ralph Breaks VR. There's a Ghostbusters one.
Ooh.
So that's actually pretty cool.
God damn you, Ghostbusters. God damn you.
Okay, so now that I've talked about that enough, what's next?
Well, next we are going to discuss a couple of our favorite 4th of July horror favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you actually brought up a couple. I know people don't classify it as horror, but if you don't think that there are some scary aspects of Independence Day, you're wrong.
Who did the creature designs for Independence Day?
That one I have to look.
I'll check that. Okay. You do your spiel.
All right. Well, first off, if you don't get hyped by Bill Pullman's speech in Independence
the greatest
Day,
speech of all time.
I literally posted. I'm going to reactivate Facebook on 4th of July just so I can repost that speech.
Nice.
Because it is the greatest.
As one does.
Absolutely. That's what I do with my spare time. But honestly, nothing gets you more ready for anything. I've never felt more ready to kill
it was
aliens.
Patrick Tatopoulos.
Oh, okay.
Which he's done
a lot
of shit.
A lot. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
That entire, like, when they're first, like, dissecting that alien after they catch it, and it, like, breaks out and kills everyone in that lab.
Just wrecks shit.
And, like, pushes the doctor against the window and is talking through
That was
him.
a great idea to, like, just, like, have the tentacle around the throat and talk through him.
And yeah, and uses him to speak. Like, it's like technically counts as like a sci-fi fantasy movie, but that part is terrifying. Like, I still
There's
think
definitely
about that.
horror aspects to it.
Totally.
That is absolutely safe to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. Will Smith is amazing in it.
All the actors are amazing in it. Everybody does such a great job.
Yes, it's even,
to be fair, they all are really just playing themselves.
Yeah.
Will Smith is just Will Smith, and I can't.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid is super probably the most Randy Quaid he's ever been.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, even more so than like Christmas Vacation Randy Quaid.
I would argue that this was peak Randy Quaid.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one because he's so fucking good in it.
I'm just trying to remember, like, what else? Like, obviously there's that scene, the tentacle speaking scene. But what would another like horror like scene from that movie be? Like a straight up like spooky type thing.
Honestly, even like when the ship first shows up, I think that was
like the eerie and the mystery and stuff. The lighting is fantastic for those. They picked a perfect tone.
It's
of blue.
1996. Like, everything in that movie, it's just, it doesn't feel like, we've talked about this before with 90s horror, how it's so not horror-ish kind of.
It's that's why I say the word spooky.
Yes.
It's not a horror. It's more of just like eerie, I guess, might be. It has tones of it. Yeah,
but 90s horror is extremely subpar, but I feel like this movie kind of went past that. Like, it was just so, and it did the sci-fi thing too, but like it wasn't as horror as Aliens, obviously.
No, it used the horror bits, but it was, that's why, like, again, like, we're kind of covering this one first just because it was there's pieces of it, there's flavors of it interspersed. But no, oh man, this movie's awesome. Just awesome.
It's so good. If you don't watch that every Independence Day, you're not American.
If you don't watch that movie, period,
you're not American.
You're not human.
Hand over your birth certificate and get in a detention center.
I was like, what am I supposed to do with my birth certificate? You're staring at me as I do it.
Well, yes, you particularly.
But I've seen the movie. Okay, so what's next? Unless you got anything else on Independence Day.
No, I'm good on Independence Day. I just want to touch on it. You said that you could talk up and down about Jaws.
Let's save that to the end.
Oh,
that's the big end. I mean, that's like that's arguably like the biggest one that we have here for
that's fair.
4th of July ones. Let's save that for the big ending.
What was the other one you wanted?
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
This was okay. So I Know What You Did Last Summer. It was. This was when slashers were like had this resurgence. And
what year exactly was this? 98, 99?
I believe 98.
It takes so long to type in this name because it's so long.
I know what you did.
I'm amazed that they actually got away with titling it that.
I know.
97.
Oh, okay. So we were off.
Yeah, it was actually earlier.
Wow. So this was before Scream then.
This it was actually, yes, you're correct. Oh no, Scream is 96.
Oh, okay.
Don't you try to put that in there. It was before Scream 2, which is 97.
Scream 2. That one's
also the names for these. I still know what you did last summer.
Oh my god, that one was
I really know what you did last summer. No, I'm just making that up. But there is an I always know what you did last summer.
I do know that one.
God, that's stupid.
But yeah, okay, so yeah, Scream did kick it off, but then I Know What You Did Last Summer was the next one. So Jennifer Love Hewitt, it had Sarah Michelle Gellar, it had Freddie Prinze Jr., it had Ryan Phillippe, it had like the teen sex symbols of the late 90s. Like, and this is Sarah Michelle Gellar's at the top of her gang. She's a gang.
I forgot she was in this.
She's Buffy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I always remember Jennifer Love Hewitt for this movie. So
yeah. But it's 4th of July, so they have like that whole parade going on. Buffy, or I'm sorry, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Buffy. I mean, it's the same thing at this point. They're interchangeable.
They really are. she's trying out for like the pageant queen thing. They're all like drunk teenagers, and they hit this guy.
He's like he was the fisherman, right? With the hook. Yeah.
With the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I always think of the scene in, what's it called? The Scary Movie when she's like, oh my God, we hit a boot. And there's like, where's the foot?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so bad.
I don't remember exactly. Was it the fisherman again?
It was.
Was he just not dead, or was it like supernatural?
I think he was.
Did they ever explain?
He just wasn't dead.
Because they spent the whole movie trying to figure out who of the group it was, and then it's like, surprise, it really is him.
Yeah.
So
he wasn't actually dead. They hit him, and then they just tossed his body into the ocean because they're teenagers. They were drinking, and Ryan Phillippe was the drunk asshole, and he was the one that was like, "No, we're not telling anyone." And that's when he's screaming in Jennifer.
Even though, didn't they check for a pulse or anything?
They're teenagers, honey.
I mean, if I hit somebody at any age, I'm gonna check to see if they're dead first.
Yeah, but you don't know if you're feeling a pulse, because you're so scared.
Okay, you're gonna look to see if they're breathing at least or something.
Yeah, well, they were scared and they were drunk.
Oh, God, stupid 90s teenage. Yeah. I just want you to know that when I Googled this, you know how Google kind of does the all similar movies down there? Yeah. There's the Scream movies, there's slasher, and then there's no shit adolescence movies.
What?
And apparently this is part of it. It's got Dark Summer, Christine, Wish Upon, forgot about that one. Obviously Final Destination. This is kind of those. But yeah.
I know What You Did Last Summer is a real coming of age film.
Yeah, really. It just
and murder.
It lets you know who you are as a person.
Absolutely.
All sorts.
I felt like it really helped my teen angst. You know, it really showed me the big picture here.
I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar, she has the same problems as you.
She does.
She does.
She's this, teen Miss Independence Day pageant.
What state was it? Did they?
Maine, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense just because fisherman
it was
stuff.
Like a lobster fisherman, a lobster.
Out of curiosity, I'm gonna see. Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr. was in this too. My God. I'm sorry, I was.
Maine or Massachusetts?
Oh no. Okay, hold on.
What?
Okay, so they hit the dude in Southport, North Carolina.
Oh. What?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I think it was the Northeast?
I don't know.
Been that long?
She goes to school in Boston.
Oh, maybe that's
so maybe that's part of it. But still, okay, all right. Okay. I completely thought that wrong, but all right.
Yeah, so did I.
I'll accept that. If Micah was here, he would know.
No, he wouldn't.
No, he would not at all.
He would have agreed with me, right?
He would have been like Arkansas or something.
And Eugene would have just sat there silently thumbing through his phone.
They're like, you guys are assholes.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Guys, we don't even need them here. We can play their parts super well.
I mean, I've listened to them enough at this point. I can get it down pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But so what's next?
I honestly, before you said it, I totally forgot that this was a 4th of July movie.
To be fair, it's not really a 4th of July movie.
I forgot that it takes
on
place
4th of July. Yeah.
Yeah. So I find that really funny.
Yeah. So.
But oh my God! So the entire movie. So obviously, someone is just torturing them and kind of giving them hints. I know, and obviously the
again. But why didn't they just go straight to oh shit, it's the guy?
I don't know. Because they thought that they had killed him, so they're like, "There's no fucking way." And then they bring it up to Ryan Phillippe, and he flips shit, obviously, because he was just he was the drunk one. And
who was the actual driver?
I thought it was Freddie Prinze Jr.
I don't know if I can look that up. That would have to be. Paying attention.
You have to be watching, but yeah. I think it was Freddie Prinze Jr. actually who was the one that was driving.
Yeah.
And because Ryan Phillippe was in the back with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Jennifer Love Hewitt and him were in the front seat, and they were.
Wow, you remember way more about this movie than I do. Way more.
What we just discussed this.
It was helped you.
It was a coming of age
It brought me.
movie.
I became a woman listening to this movie.
Yes,
watching
did.
This movie.
Yes, you did, Pat.
Hey, Jennifer Love Hewitt, man.
Yeah, she'll do that too.
I didn't know what girls and boys were at that point.
That makes sense.
Yeah, especially considering the fact I was 93.
But yeah, so I think that Freddie Prinze Jr. was the one driving, and Jennifer Love Hewitt was in the front seat with him because she was the more prudish one who didn't want to
Was Jennifer Love Hewitt the prudish one?
Yes.
That would make actually okay. Yeah, she's the brunette.
Not the blonde.
She's the brunette. Yeah,
you know the rules.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. So that's like they're just so they start getting tortured, and yeah, you're right. They have no idea who it is.
It's really like that would have been immediate, like the immediate response, because he says like, "I know what you did last summer."
Yeah.
And why would the group be killing each other?
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
Like, see, whatever. That's not a movie that you're supposed to be thinking through.
No.
But either way, all right. So he's got the fish hook, right? Does he kill everybody with the fish hook, or does he just?
No, he finds like clever ways to do it. Like,
does he?
Ryan Phillippe was the first to go because it was when Sarah Michelle Gellar was on stage and she was like freaking out about him dying because he was watching her from the balcony, like,
and he watched her,
and she watched him die basically.
Does he stabs him if I remember right?
Yes.
And then he like hangs him from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, like, all right, so you see your boyfriend or just a person in general getting stabbed to death in the rafters. Don't you like respond? Like do something? She just kind of like took it for a bit.
She did, but then she ended up freaking out and like ran up, but then it was all cleaned up by the time they got the authorities.
I wonder you just point and be like, motherfuckers, look.
Yeah.
Like
there's like what they were doing in Scary Movie when she was like freaking out about him dying. Everybody's like, wow, she's an amazing actress. Like, and they all like applauded her.
Good job. Oh.
I just like, fuck Greg, I won. But then, and then she ends up dying because she's walking like alone after the parade. She goes on like a dark alley.
Which after that, would you be alone?
No,
I wouldn't be.
No, she's the blonde. She has no sense of self-preservation whatsoever. But she does have great tits.
I don't. Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. I mean, she has like nice ones, but I wouldn't say like great ones.
She has nice tits. Okay. Especially in the 90s. It was when they were doing like the free bra in it. Like,
that's true.
So you get to see like everything. So it's not just like her in a bra. Like you see a lot of nip. There's a lot of nip in the 90s.
That's these are facts. Okay, go on.
That's the one thing that they gave you guys for women.
Go on.
God damn it, Pat. So, but actually, so Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt are the ones that end up living. They only kill those two.
Yeah, there's only. Does this count as a slasher then? If only 2 people die?
Yeah, technically.
Is it okay? All right. So what makes a slasher then? Does a slasher make like it's a violent death, like a stab type thing?
I think so. I think it has to be like it can't be a shooter. Like slasher is a slasher. Like he slashes. So. And he killed 50% of the people that were intended to die.
Sure. All right, cool.
So for going numbers game, not that great percentage wise. He did pretty fucking well.
I think like Friday 13th or like Nightmare, like where there's a body count.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like just 2, and again he killed them violently.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that makes a slasher. Like Saw is not a slasher.
No.
But it's the same concept.
True, but also, and Saw has a high body count, but it's not a slasher.
True.
So you could argue either way, but I personally would count it as a slasher.
I mean, it's counted as a slasher by everybody, so okay.
What are you arguing with me for?
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who did it.
True.
I know you updated it everywhere.
I did.
All right, do we have anything else for I Know What You Did Last Summer?
The only thing is, I just want to bring up is how horrible the sequel was.
To be fair, did you think a movie called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
He still knew. It's pretty straightforward.
So he just do they kill him at the end, or they think they kill him at the end, or does he just disappear?
That they killed him at the end because they pretty much did the same thing. I think he ended up in the ocean again. Poor guy.
If that didn't work the first time,
hey, second time's a charm.
No, it's the third one. That's why they had the sequel. I would have like shot him or stabbed him at that point, or.
The best part about the sequel is that the entire reason that they ended up on their vacation is because they gave the wrong answer on a game show. The only thing I remember was they called into this game show and it was for a free trip, and Brandy, remember Brandy was in the movie? Like the singer Brandy?
Yeah, oh man, I don't remember much from that movie.
Brandy. And it was Jennifer Love Hewitt and her were like roommates in college.
Yeah.
And it was like the capital of Brazil, and Jennifer Love Hewitt called in and she's like, Rio de Janeiro. And so they were just like, you win, and no one batted an eye about that. Like she was bragging about it. Everybody's like, huh, yeah, good job, like fucking idiots. And then it was like the 90s. Yeah, the big reveal was that guy who was like the what's it called?
The host.
Yeah, well, the host, and he was like the harbinger, the one that was just like telling them, like being like the creepy guy that was sort of like cryptic messages about whatever, and he just goes, "The capital of Brazil is Brasilia," and then everybody's like, and that was like the big oh shit moment, and I still know.
I felt my liver.
You're welcome.
Condense after hearing that. Like I actually had a physical reaction in one of my organs.
That's amazing.
You're
welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. So that's what I got on. I know what you did last summer. / I still know what you did last summer.
I mean, to be fair, you had way more than I do.
Look, I got again coming of age.
That's
Pat.
true. All right, you win. All right, all the fish hooks aside, let's go to another fish movie.
Yep.
The fish movie.
The fish movie.
The fish movie.
And fun fact, it is the only movie, like the only horror movie that truly terrifies me.
Really?
I have a huge fear of open water.
So do I.
So I don't like, and Micah can tell you, anyone that's typically sitting here can tell you, I will go on about how terrifying the ocean is and how little we know about it compared to how much we know about even outer space.
Facts.
So
also, it's here.
Yes, exactly.
They're aliens.
Yes.
On the ground.
Yeah. Oh my God. You can't you could just go in a lake and you don't know what the fuck's in there. You don't know.
You know what water's in there?
Yeah. You know what else is in there?
What?
Shit that can kill you.
It's true, but
Lake Ontario, right above us, has 6-foot sturgeon.
To be fair, you asked me, you don't know what's in there, and you've now explained at least 2 or 3 things that you know what's in there.
Exactly, but there's more that we don't know.
More things. I mean, to be fair, I don't think the Marianas Trench is in Lake Ontario.
You don't know that?
I do. That one actually do.
Oh, well, there could be another one.
Yeah, if there is another one in there, then we got bigger fish to fry, because... no.
You did it to yourself.
I'm not happy about it. So Jaws.
I'm happy about it. So we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna talk about Jaws, and only the first Jaws, because I honestly don't think I've seen any of the other ones.
You're not missing. Well,
like
I mean,
I've seen bits and pieces of them, but I've never seen them like I've seen Jaws. Just because. Why?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen one Jaws, you kind of seen them all. The only thing you haven't seen is how many ways they can kill a shark.
That's true.
Pretty much.
I mean, after you blew it up, like, it's one... I mean, they blew it up.
They did.
They straight up blew up a shark in the first movie. I don't know anything else, like, what? You set it on fire, you could just shoot it a lot? Like, there's no...
It's a shark in the water. I mean,
you've done it when you blew it up in the first one. Like, you've peaked. But...
So 1975, it's Independence Day. You're on the beach.
Well, it's a build-up to Independence Day,
it is,
to be
that's
fair.
Right.
And then it's a little bit after.
Their biggest tourist season. And so, yeah, you're just, you're having a good time with your family. You're on the beach. And all of a sudden, someone screams shark. What do you do, Pat?
What are you reading this from?
I'm not. I'm just saying it.
No, you're definitely reading it from...
I'm looking at the IMDb.
God damn it.
I know, I'm good, right?
Sure. Did you have that practice?
No, I didn't.
I don't know. I want to be in the water in the first place.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even be on the beach because I'm pale enough that I would just catch on fire.
You are. Can we just real quick admire my Florida tan?
It's very nice.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah, you have like me where you can see where your watch is.
Where my watch usually is. Yeah, I just spent the last week in Florida, so I'm
humble brag.
Tan as fuck right now.
Humble brag.
I'm typically as white as Pat. Whiter than
I think you're not as white as I am usually.
I am.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, once summer starts, I do get a quote-unquote tan, but it's more of just sunburn on top of sunburn on top of sunburn until I just kind of char a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not really a tan, but I'm Irish, whatever.
I want to say real quick, so I am looking through the IMDb for Jaws just for like fun facts and stuff like that. The first user review, 10 out of 10. Not your average fish story.
It's true. It is not your average fish story.
What is your average fish story? Just that you caught one and it was 3 feet long and then 2 feet long and then 10 feet long? Is that a thing?
No.
I don't know. I thought that people, when they tell fish stories, it like changes every time.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but usually there's pictures to go along with it, so.
I don't know about that.
I mean, it is now.
Oh, well.
I mean, I've seen so many dudes posing with fish.
Yeah, you're actually, if you're a female and you see that, you're supposed to not date that person. So, guys, if you have a fish profile and you're...
Is that like a rule?
That's a rule.
Out of curiosity, like, where does it... Is there a particular reason why?
Because they're typically not cool.
Okay. Just in general?
Yeah. Okay. It's pretty much if he has a fish pic in his profile anywhere, he's a lame ass.
A fish.
So, guys, Get rid of him.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, so Jaws. What do you know about Jaws?
I know that.
Now that you're reading IMDb.
I am. I know that Amity Island had everything. Clear skies, gentle surf, warm water. People flock there every summer.
I was going to say giant ass sharks, too.
It was the perfect feeding ground. Dun, 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 dun.
For a movie that does a pretty good job on playing it straight, all the promotional material and like summaries are really cheesy.
They're so bad.
They're really cheesy.
Yeah, again, 1975, so that was kind of
the but the movie itself and like the main poster, the poster everybody around, that's played super straight and realistic.
Yeah, absolutely.
But everything else is like, oof, man.
Yeah, I mean, even like the actors in this movie, though, like everything was super fantastic.
They did a great job. Everybody acted their hearts out.
So actually, it says here, Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss, they hated each other.
Really?
So much that it made for like great tension between them in the movie.
To be fair, he was an asshole.
Yeah.
So he played a real good one. Maybe he's just a method actor.
Maybe.
Or maybe he really was just an asshole. Not the point. You know what the scene that always gets me is the fucking chalkboard scene.
Really? The scene.
Well, it's just like
It's so iconic, and the amount of movies that have used it since then. And so
SpongeBob's used it.
It's so like it just works.
There's so many moments from that movie that are
absolutely.
Iconic.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
There's so many that and just moments and lines. Yeah. And the one shot, I can't remember what it's called, but like when he sees that there's a shark fin and it does the zoom in, but it focuses on him at the same time.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the first movies to do that.
Yep.
Like then also one of the first movies to use that large of a mechanical, shark, and it kept breaking down.
Well, did you see that there somebody just started refinishing the original mechanical shark?
That's kind of cool. Just there's not really a reason for it.
So far, no. They just announced that they are just kind of like just fixing her up. But
I feel like that would be something that you get and then you don't touch.
Yeah.
Because then you're starting to lose the value because now it's like theoretically not the same thing.
Unless they want to do something with it.
I mean, what the fuck are they going to do? Put it out in the pool out back? That's not a small thing. That thing was huge.
Ask me if I would do that if I had a pool large enough for giant mechanical Jaws, because I would.
Would you do it if you had a pool large?
I would.
I mean...
Wouldn't you?
No, because I would just hang that up and make it so that people could see it. Where are you going
to hang it up? It's a giant mechanical shark. You want to be able to ride it, or you could ride Jaws.
All right, so first off, Bruce was notoriously bad at breaking down.
And I like that you knew his name was Bruce.
Obviously, because that's what they use for Finding Nemo.
Exactly.
Yes. There's reason for that, boy. But, so Bruce would constantly break down. So that means you're going to be on top of a giant mechanical shark that constantly breaks down and you don't know when it's going to happen.
My dating life, man.
Oh, Micah. Too soon.
He's actually dead.
He died. That's why he's not here tonight.
He died. Sorry, everybody.
That headache that he had a little while ago, it was cancer.
Oh my god.
So anyway, Bruce got, I don't know. I want to hang him up like, I want like a cool like garage man cave, and he would just be hanging up in the middle.
Yeah, that would be really fucking
and like
cool,
mouth open, and like that's the first thing you see when you come in, which would be great because I wouldn't ever remember it. And since I'm terrified of sharks, I would walk in and scare myself every time. Maybe I wouldn't have him up constantly. Just want to have people over. Point is, if he's in a pool, you can't enjoy all the aspects of the giant mechanical shark. You don't get to see everything.
Exactly.
So like what you get to see the fin and the upper outline. And also, who's going to be looking in your backyard?
Creepers? Nosy neighbors?
I mean, that sounds like a lot of money to get people to not stare at your backyard. Also, they'll probably stare at your backyard more.
Yeah, I would definitely stare at the backyard a lot more. But, I mean, probably... I can't talk shit because I have so much like random horror memorabilia, and like if something
there's memorabilia and then there's a giant mechanical shark. Yeah. Which, how long was he? Like 15, 20 feet?
Yeah.
He was huge.
Yeah, he was not big. I didn't realize that Bruce is Steven Spielberg's lawyer.
Is that what he was named after? No shit.
That's so cute. That
makes a weird amount of sense.
Yeah. Oh, because lawyers are sharks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So
Cat's table tab. Okay, so when the shark was built, it was actually never tested in the water.
Really?
Yeah, when it was put in the water in Martha's Vineyard, it sank straight to the ocean floor, and it took a team of divers to retrieve it.
Nice.
Could you imagine making this giant fucking shark?
And it just
and then it just
plunking
sinks to the bottom of the
Also, can you imagine
ocean.
being those divers? Like, you're looking for a giant shark.
That just made me
Like, even if I knew that I was looking for one, the second I see that thing, I'd pee at least a little bit.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
Oh my god, I just imagine that just creeped me out so much. Like, I don't think you understand how terrified of the ocean I am.
I am not as bad as I used to be, but I understand.
Oh my god. Actually, I stood in the ocean over the weekend, and
I stood in the ocean.
I did very well.
How deep?
Oh, it's about chest.
Okay, all right. I was like,
well.
I be like ankle.
Yeah, no.
It was actually a puddle on the beach,
yeah.
but it was technically ocean water, so boom.
I was also with 5 other women, so if need be, I could have just kind of elbowed one real quick. And
I mean, to be fair, if that was gonna happen, like depending on where you're standing in the group, it wouldn't really matter. If you're getting grabbed, you're already
I was
you're
typically
toasted.
in the center most of the time.
Okay.
Like
They're like
surrounded.
form up around her.
I don't think they realized what I was doing, but it was kind of like a help you selfie scenario.
That's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So you survived
I did.
your expedition into the
did.
ocean.
So Jaws, he starts attacking people, and then the mayor freaks out because it's their biggest tourist weekend, 4th of July. So they get a team together in order to hunt the shark, take its bitch ass out.
The best line from this entire movie, what do you think it is? There's a right answer to this question, by the way.
There is a right answer.
Mm-hmm.
See, as much as everyone loves, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Why? What do you say?
It's the guy who goes, what? When he's explaining what a shark is. Like this big overweight man.
Explaining what a shark. I forgot
Just,
about
what?
that. Oh god.
Like his voice does not match his face at all.
You're absolutely right. I totally forgot about that.
That's the best line. I will put that on loop and just watch that, dude. That's almost as good as Stormtrooper hitting his head in A New Hope.
Oh, that one's so good.
Which is so good that did you know George Lucas loved it and then put a sound effect in?
No, I did not.
Yeah,
know
the
that.
clunk sound is actually post.
I would put
because he
$20 on the fact that Micah probably knew that.
He
though.
loved that scene so much that he
It's
actually
so
put a sound
good.
effect in. It's so just clunk, clunk.
That's why my favorite part of Star Wars is always the stormtroopers.
Anyway,
Anywho, back on Jaws.
back on Jaws.
Back on Jaws.
What else scares the shit out of you about this movie besides from the water and everything else?
Just like when he starts attacking the boat, like you're so helpless. It's
He wrecks that
destroys
fucking
it.
boat.
And like even at the very end, after they kill Jaws and they're just on that piece of wood, like pedaling back, like that part terrifies me. I'm like,
Because
okay,
they're
there's
still in
sharks
it.
in there, and now
Yeah.
you're surrounded by fucking blood, and sharks will eat each other.
I think at that point they're trying to make it like kind of at ease, like okay, at least the immediate danger has passed.
Okay, but that still fucking terrifies me.
It's true.
Actually, so Micah watched it with me for the first time since I had seen it in forever.
Mhm.
And I actually screamed the first time that Jaws ended up on the boat because I had
Dude,
forgotten when
the
it
scene
happened.
where he comes and gets the chum.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I can't. Who's that actor? The Brody. I
Brody?
can't. But his face
Oh my
is
god.
perfect.
Priceless.
His fit, like he did.
Roy Schneider.
Roy Schneider.
Yeah.
He made the perfect emote
He did.
for that.
He
Just
did.
the
The close up.
Oh,
Everything was just
shit.
So good.
like just the no words. Just the total.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like not even fear. Like that
Nope.
was just
Oh fuck.
just pure shock
Yep.
and awe. Just great.
Yeah.
He did such a good job. Like it's just a great moment again, especially because it just comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
There's like he's just throwing it in there and just honk.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. And that's what is terrifying about the ocean. It is such a good
I
setting
think
for a
until the
horror
end, that's the
movie.
only time you see his face, like
Yeah.
the face of the shark,
The
mind
shark,
you.
yeah. You see like other parts of it and everything like that. And yeah, you're right. Until the end, like that's the first scene where you're just like, oh shit, shark.
You go eye to eye with
Yeah.
him,
everything else
him.
everything else is either point of view of the shark or you see like the dorsal fin.
or like a top down at some point. Like
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
him.
Yeah.
So that made it fucking personal, and it made it fucking personal real goddamn fast.
It did. It did.
Beautiful shot.
It was so good. But and like I was saying, like it's just that's what's so terrifying about it, and it makes the perfect horror movie setting because like you're sitting there on this ocean, you can't see dick underneath you.
Yeah,
like you don't know what's going on. Anything could be teeming under there, and that's exactly what happens. And it's just
a constant unknown.
And there was no inkling that something was going to happen. There was all these build-up moments, and the dunna dunna, but there's nothing.
The music,
iconic.
It's the one that
absolutely. Iconic.
I mean, it's already spooky, but
it makes it so much more terrifying.
It does,
and it's that build-up, and you're like, okay, when's it gonna like it's gonna happen, but you're still just like it
because the way that that way that music works is that there's no end to it. That is like a piece that can build up and 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 build up. Like there's no like solid end to it.
Yeah.
So like you really like you can't even kind of feel it out. Like it's just oh god. Also, do they ever like do a big musical burst when somebody gets bit? It's just the dunna dunna dunna, and then usually it's like maybe like it's a screech like of a violin like when it does the one pan, but there's never like a dun dun like moment. Like it just kind of happens.
It just happens and then stops and then
a near perfect movie. Like horror movie or not, like it is a near perfect movie.
When they finally take him down, because they're throwing everything they can at the shark.
Literally, like they threw the boat at him.
They did, and it didn't work out so well for the boat.
No, it didn't.
Because this one was the oxygen tank kill.
Yep.
Yeah. So they finally get him to chomp down on that bitch,
and he shoots it with a grand
perfect shot, and then just
smile, you son of a bitch.
Yes, and just explosion. Like,
which is good because Brody is not like a one-liner dude.
No,
he drops one at there.
Yeah, so it came out of nowhere, and it was actually like, it was sad when the other guy bit.
When the captain.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. I was amazed at fucking the nautical the professor. That man, that's got to be a shit show. You get back to the surface, you look around, you're like, everything's gone.
Yeah,
everything's gone. Also, where did the rifle come from?
I don't know. Well, didn't he just like have one on the boat already?
I don't remember it in the background of any. It wasn't like a Chekhov gun.
No, it was not. It was definitely not. But I think no, he didn't even really mention it. But maybe
he just
ship captains have it.
I mean, I can understand having something for protection. It just that just I don't know, complete random thought that just came out of nowhere. Anyway, no, yeah, there's like the boat's just wrecked.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
also the sea shanty that they sing made up for that movie.
Really?
Yep, that is not a real one. They totally made it up for that movie.
I mean, I wouldn't.
It's become one now because of it.
But
one. I mean, I played Assassin's Creed 4.
Recall.
But not like man. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's a beautiful scene. Do you have anything else for Jaws?
I don't. I think that, I mean, obviously, if you've never seen the movie, then you've lived
if you really,
a rock?
Yeah, honestly, you have to at least understand it. Also, one of the few movies that kills kids.
Yes, exactly. It kills
and dogs.
Children. That movie had absolutely no concept of like untouchable at all. Like,
that's what. Yeah. Who's the first person they kill?
It was teenagers, right? Weren't they skinny dipping? Was it the skinny dipping teenagers?
And it was a younger. It was the young. There was the. Was that the girl? Because I know the boy is the one that they kind of spend the whole movie talking about.
Oh, it was just the boy then.
Was it just the boy?
I think so.
And yeah, so that was the one that's kind of the start of it. Also, not many people die in this movie either.
No, but they didn't, and that was a good thing. Like, they didn't need to. It was one of the less is more type movies where they straight
up don't show the kid's body.
No, you see them.
But the way that he describes what he's saying, like to the recorder, is just like, oh man. Oh man,
you picture it enough.
That's a scene that you can picture, like you can even smell it, like this, all the aspects of it, like yeah, absolutely. All right, well, final thoughts.
Fucking watch Jaws, and Independence Day, and God, if you're a teenager, you have a teenager watch. I know what you did last summer.
Man, there's a movie that hasn't aged well at all.
Yeah,
that's a rough one.
Hey, but you're a horror fan. You love the shit as much as you love the good. That's it. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, there's a tagline. You love the shit as much as the good. Is that
Those are my final thoughts.
That's what I say about this podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I got to write that down.
I think we did pretty well for Just Us 2.
There's a title.
Oh, yeah, you love the shit.
We love the shit as much as the good. All right. Well, end it.
All right. Well, hi.
Okay, never mind. Sit in.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind. Oh, we got others. Hello.
Hi. So we have visitors. And we're actually just ending it.
Nope. Apparently not anymore. Sit down, Chief.
Did you talk to the guys out there? Because I think we're getting booted out. So
we're not going anywhere.
Do you see
the looks that we both got when we walked in? It was awesome.
This pleases me.
It was like the parting of the Red Sea. It was a nerd tidal wave just partying.
All right.
Excuse me.
So Moses just showed up.
Yep.
So
is this on?
Yeah.
Is this on?
Oh, yep.
Is this on?
Yep.
All right.
Pat just went deaf, so yes,
I mean,
so.
For the headphones that I wasn't wearing.
Yes.
You should have seen just now. I'm like, is Pat in there? Guy goes, he's interviewing somebody. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I'm interviewing you. Welcome to Pat's interview.
Are you walking in? I was like, I just opened the door. It was awesome.
Oh my god.
It was awesome.
Well, yeah. So Pat and I, we did some of the news. Did you see Castle Freak? They just started filming, or they're gonna at the end of July. They're gonna start filming in Albania.
Oh, you're talking about like the 10 for 10 from
The actual,
Full Moon?
like, Castle Freak.
They're doing they're doing a remake or they're doing a sequel?
Reboot.
It's a reboot.
Yeah.
Well, as long as he's got the cut off pecker, then I'm in.
Oof.
I'm sure.
Forgot about that aspect.
I'm in.
But
I saw a thing actually on Instagram where they were doing like a prosthetic for one of the movies. It was a set of boobs with mouths and forked tongues coming out.
Yep.
It looked awesome.
Yeah, I know. It looks so good. So
Who thinks of that?
Who thinks of that?
Yeah.
Sick motherfuckers like us.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like you?
Well, like me.
It was last night.
Well, I'm a guy with the eels in his butt. So
Yeah.
These
You
are
are.
facts. Well, there's a callback. All right.
Yeah, so we talked that. We talked Independence Day, obviously, because this episode
Let's
will
just
be airing on
rehash the
July
whole
4th.
episode. Let's go. Start from the top.
Independence Day, what, the movie?
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th of July.
Well, the movie's awesome. You didn't talk about the stupid sequel, did you?
No.
No.
Okay, thank
There
you.
is no
Why would I?
sequel.
Huh?
There is no sequel.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
It's just
That
the
was in
one
another
movie.
universe.
Oh,
Really
Only
sad that
sequel.
they never made another one of those. Huh? I mean,
Thank God. Yeah, I know. The first one was
I
just
can't wait
an
until
original.
somebody hears my Ghostbusters quote that I just did there. So
All right.
when you're re-listening. So then
Oh, boy.
we talked Independence Day. We talked I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Awesome.
Because that was an
did we really talk about it, or did we more just kind of like
chat on it a little bit? Yeah.
Listen, you can shit on the whole movie as long as you don't shit on Jennifer Love.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
No.
I complimented Sarah Michelle Gellar's tits too.
You know what? She's got tight boobies, but
See,
Love Hewitt
here, okay,
has
sorry. Now,
big
all right, now
memories.
we're rehashing because like she said, like straight up great tits. I'm like,
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh,
yeah, it's not
Wouldn't go that
great
far.
tits territory. They're
Listen,
nice.
Sarah Michelle Gellar never looked better or sexier than in Cruel Intentions.
Ooh, I'll give
All
you
right.
that.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
All
it.
right. And a unanimous vote. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
unanimous vote.
Yes.
And then we went from there to Jaws.
Jaws. Classic.
Yep.
That's
Enough
pretty
said.
much
What
all
are
we
your-
said.
yeah.
Enough said.
We kind of talked about it. We talked about how god damn, like the ocean's a perfect setting for a horror movie.
It is.
It's
It is.
literally the ocean is a horror movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck
That's
it.
one of the two ways that I'm petrified of dying. One is
See?
drowning, and the other one is burning to death.
Why are you going C? Like
Well,
I
because
agreed
it's-
with you.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, God, I looked.
Hey,
at
we
you and I
agree
meant,
on this point. See? You see?
I looked at you, but I meant like people listening, guys. The ocean is a horrible.
You straight up
Yes,
pointed
it
at him and
is.
stared at me and said, "See?
because you're the audience to me, Desi. See,
See?
now I
See?
All right, see? Yeah,
Yeah.
no. The ocean's fucking terrifying, man.
Yeah.
If you go listen, if I go too far in the ocean and I sink, and after a few feet, if I can't feel the sand or the ground,
Is it immediate
I'm having
panic?
a heart attack.
Yeah.
Immediate panic
I'm having a
mode?
heart attack.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the two ways that you say like I'm most petrified of dying are the most painful ways
Yeah.
to die.
Yeah.
So
the
no
ways you're,
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
conscious the
I'm-
longest while you're in severe pain and agony.
Now,
too,
out of the
like-
two, which one would you rather die?
Drowning.
Drowning? Really?
Dude, at least drowning, you're gonna go unconscious and then you'll die.
Yeah, but the panic and everything of losing your breath.
You're not gonna panic when you're on fire.
Honestly,
When you're on fire, you're gonna burn. You'll be like,
Well, it
and then you're gonna
depends.
pass out from the pain.
Wait.
No,
Like, real quick.
No, you
Am I being
don't.
burned
You
at the
stay
stake,
alive.
or
You
someone
stay
dousing me
completely
in
conscious.
How do you know? Have you been burned to
Guys,
death?
Actually, yes.
Oh, okay.
It was a
Welcome back.
Weird weekend.
Question.
Pat the zombie.
Okay. Am I being burned at the stake, or is someone dousing me in gasoline and then lighting me with a match? Because those are two different things.
Yeah, if somebody douses you with gasoline, then you're gonna be suffering for a while. If you're burning, then you're just burning fat, and then you're gonna
Which
gonna
is
pass
even
out first and die.
even slower death. Actually,
Is it?
proven that you don't pass out?
Because won't you die from the smoke
proved it?
inhalation?
For literally all the people that were burned at a stake.
Literally everybody.
Literally
But
Did
everybody.
they
they
died.
take the time to interview them afterwards?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the
While
screaming.
they're doing
the-
it. Excuse me, Joan of Arc. Hi.
Joan of Arc.
I'm pretty sure the screaming was a pretty good sign that they weren't passed out yet.
See,
Yeah.
I think you die faster burning than drowning.
Also, dying from flames is far more painful. That is literally supposed to be the most painful.
yeah.
I still would rather pass out and slip into the void and then go.
No.
But see,
no.
my thing is just because of how much
Cook me.
torture it would be. For
Obviously,
me
I
because
would rather
hate
not
water.
either
Well, yeah.
scenario.
No.
But one seems slightly, and I mean slightly more peaceful than the other.
You know what? Speaking of peaceful, the one thing that I don't want to die, where most people are like, I'd rather die this way. I wouldn't want to die in my sleep,
Well,
I mean, I'd rather not, but
because if you die in your sleep, honestly, nobody really knows because I don't think anybody proved it. If you die in your sleep, like if people believe in like a soul and all that other shit, do you know that you died?
I mean, theoretically, if you believe in some type of afterlife, when you show up, it's going to be like, huh, well,
Oh,
okay,
all right, this is in my room.
it's happened.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if at that point there's a theoretical transitory period, but
I know. I'd rather not. I'd rather see it coming than.
Oh, I would totally like to
not.
know that it's happening.
Yeah.
Of all the ways to go, though, I can understand like just you don't know, and then, well,
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
But that goes into the whole like at least you're unconscious. It doesn't like it just happens to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's all right. I'd rather see it coming.
I would totally rather see it coming as
Get
well. Okay, here's
Bashed
a
by
question.
Fucking Mack truck or something. Get blown up by a cannonball. I don't know.
A what?
cannonball.
Cannonball.
Oh, a cannonball.
I'm taking it back to the 1800s.
Yeah,
I mean-
fuck it, man.
All right.
Pirate.
Now hold on.
But you're still going in the ocean and drowning afterwards.
So
I'll
you
be
get
dead.
you get hit by a cannonball. Like where?
I don't know. No,
Like, are we talking a straight
that's
torso?
all internal
That's-
injuries, and that's gonna take.
I
me
mean,
a
it's
while to
gonna go
die.
through you. That's a no questions asked.
Oh, then fine. That's cool.
like
It's a cool death.
You're a big deal, but you're fucking dying.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you ever see the old fucking film with the fucking fat guy with the goggles? He gets hit with a cannonball and it's in slow motion, so it hits his stomach and like waves hit.
Yeah, but you're not.
It
fat,
me.
You're just beefy as fuck.
I am beefy as fuck.
No, they
Did you
heard
hear
it
that?
there
Did
first,
you hear
folks.
that?
Eugene is the
I
beef
think
master.
That should be the
The
title of
beef
this
master.
episode.
I've already
Eugene
beefy
is
as
the beef
fuck.
master.
I've already used that one, man. I can't pull it
have
back.
you?
Literally, Eugene is a beef master.
Yeah, the beef master.
So,
God, that says so much about us as a group.
I mean, to be fair, he was talking about Beastmaster, so just swap out
You're
a couple
right.
things.
You're right.
So,
You're right.
If
You're
I
right.
remember that episode correctly.
There's beef master. There's wang
What?
master. That's all right. They can wait. Yeah, I like that. You see that? You see that?
I
Pat
know.
is the man.
So
So then, did you guys leave off at Jaws? And then that's
that
it?
was where we ended. I mean, there's not a lot of 4th of July horror movies except for Uncle Sam, and we don't talk about Uncle Sam.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
All right.
All right.
And then, I mean, we've talked the Tripper to death, and I mean, that's kind of like
We have,
American because Ronald Reagan and
Yeah.
I
all
see
that
what you're
shit.
getting at, but we were sticking with like 4th of July,
Yeah.
4th
like
of July,
on
4th
the
of
day
July.
type thing. I
Okay.
mean, to be fair, Jaws is only partially on 4th of July, but it's centered around
Yep.
it.
Yep.
So, we
what-
figured that at
any-
least worked.
Any other? What was the movie with the dude that played Paulie in Rocky with the fucking sand? It was on the beach,
This I don't know.
and
What was the character's name? Paulie?
the guy that played Paulie in Rocky,
Hold on.
Adrian's brother.
Paulie Panino. Okay, so he was played by Burt Young.
Yes, Burt Young.
Okay.
It was a horror
who-
movie. It was on the beach, and it was like these
Is it-
monsters that were living underneath the sand.
Complete side note, it says the movies that he was a part of, and it literally goes Rocky Balboa, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, Rocky 3.
That's all he's known for.
Yeah, that's sad. Okay, all
There was
right,
like
we're
this
scrolling.
monster that lived underneath the sand that was sucking people up. And I could have sworn there was like a 4th of July festival.
Possibly
or something going on.
Convoy.
No, this is
It
from,
looks
the
like
early 80s.
Going overboard.
Too.
The big sandworms.
Blood Beach.
You are very tan.
Blood
You are
Beach.
so fucking tan.
Oh,
I'm so used to seeing you pale. This is crazy.
Yeah, like that.
I know.
Look at that.
You're like Hispanic right now. That's awesome. I know.
Okay.
Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh my god, I'm
Holy
almost
shit,
as tan.
we're almost the same.
Fuzzy.
I have to look through his
Color.
tattoos to see it.
I know. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire life.
I know.
I know.
I'm
Wow.
Florida dark, bitch.
You're alive. You're alive now. Slow clap.
Either
Slow
way,
clap.
Blood Beach
Blood Beach. That's what it
I've
was.
never
yes.
seen that. Now I
from 1981.
Yes. Jesus Christ. How do I remember a movie that I was 7 years old when I saw it?
Because you're Eugene.
To be
I am
fair, that's
Eugene.
To
literally
be fair.
your thing on this show.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a thing.
It's to
I have a thing.
remember things you were as a
Yeah.
kid.
I remember
There's a whole
because the ending, he
podcast
blew
about
the
that.
thing up. He blew the monster up. And then
Is it just
for
one?
some reason it was one monster terrorizing the beach throughout the whole movie. And at the very end, they blow it up. He's the one that blows it up. And then
Spoiler
at the
alert.
end of
Yeah, God.
I'm sorry, the movie was in 1981. And the ending of the movie, it let out all these spores. So then at the end of the movie,
Oh shit.
there was just
That's
like
a great way to end
people
that.
playing on the beach, and all you see is like little sand pits forming everywhere.
That's a really good way to end. That's like a Pod People ending right there.
Yes.
That's a great ending.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so
it, man. I can't think of any other 4th of July.
I literally
themed
Googled
horror
it. There is
movies.
The Purge, the first year, which I mean, which is technically, but we chose not to talk about that.
Yeah.
Wait, you're talking about the first Purge?
The Purge,
No.
the first year.
Oh,
like,
the f-
colon, the first year. It's a prequel to all the other
I was
Purges.
going to say, that didn't even come out. That's coming out soon.
It already has. It wasn't good.
It's already come out?
It's been out.
I've seen it.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait.
Hold on, here we go. Do we want to
Are you
take
talking
bets
about
on the
the
year?
first Purge? There was the first Purge that came out, which was the one that they filmed here in Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yep.
was horrible.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't watch
That movie sucks so much dick.
I appreciated that they totally changed the concept of the movie after the first one.
I know.
It went from horror movie to like just fuck it. It's Saw on ice.
Every movie got worse.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the stupid TV series that was like 10 episodes long.
Oh, I forgot about that.
and it sucked.
Especially the way that it ended too, with the one politician lady like becoming
Yeah.
president, and all of a sudden everything is
Yeah.
fixed because
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
No, the first
women.
Purge came out July 4th, 2018.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's been out, and it wasn't good.
Yeah. No, I saw it.
Oh.
But you said the Purge first year. It's called the first Purge.
Oh, the first Purge. Oh, okay. Yep.
Eh?
All right.
Eh?
All right.
Big brain over here.
Had done fucked up.
All right. You win this round.
Yeah,
But
that movie sucked.
yeah, it was not good. Is that, especially considering the fact that, is that the one that ends with the one? No, that was that Election Year or Anarchy, where it was like the dude who's going after the guy who killed his son.
Yeah, that was
whatever,
That
and
was
his
the
son-
third one.
The guy who kills his son is the guy who like saves him at the end.
Yeah, that was
Because reasons.
no. Was it? I think it was the third one because Frank Grillo, the guy who played
Punisher.
fucking bad guy on in Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Vigo. Oh no,
He had the fucking mask.
Sebastian Stan.
No,
No.
that's Winter Soldier. It was the bad guy. He was the bad guy. Fucking Captain America dropped the fucking building on him in one of the movies.
Bullseye, not Bullseye. Bone.
Bone Smasher,
Bone collector.
Beef Master.
I almost wanted to say bones.
Fuck.
Crossbones.
Crossbones.
God damn! Wow, he
Yes,
was in that
yes.
movie for about
Frank Grillo
35
played
seconds.
Crossbones in the Marvel
in
movies.
Civil War.
He was in. He ended up being like the star of a couple of the Purge movies. Yeah, he went
That's
he went
right.
after the dude that killed his kid or whatever, and then the next one he became like Secret Service to the fucking
to
chick that
the
was
one
running for
like the
president.
chief
Yeah,
security guy, and
election year.
that would have been election year.
Yes,
Yeah, was
and
election year
then
the last one, or is
election year was the one
if
before
only I could
First
wait
Purge.
to see. Yeah, I think
It
that
was
might have been the
Purge,
last
and
one.
I think it was Purge 2 Anarchy, then election year, and then First
Never
Purge.
looked older.
If only there's a. All right, so I actually do have to like read things. I have to pull the glasses out. So
Yeah.
that is absolutely a thing. I
A
scratched my
very
cornea.
AARP of you.
I scratched my cornea a few years ago, and now things aren't quite the same anymore.
I just
Yeah.
like how you had to pull your glasses out. And,
I didn't feel like completely putting them on, so I just kind of did that.
really old man eyeballed
You
it.
did a
I'm into it.
magnifying
No, I'm into it.
Wow.
I'm into it.
Anyway,
All right.
so wow, that was a lot more about the Purge than I anticipated talking
Yeah,
about.
no, yeah.
Remember that time I said, "Hey, let's not talk about that," and then we talked about it.
We said at
Sorry.
the very top that he and I
God
were like,
damn it,
yeah, no,
Eugene.
we're not gonna
I'm
do it.
sorry. Just call me Beefmaster.
We already do.
Already do more than I can say.
Thanks.
There was a hold on. Let's just fuck it. Re-Google. Birth of
Well, about
July horror. Well, Eugene's here now. We can't.
Hi.
The Bay.
Sorry.
The Bay.
The Bay was a good one.
I like the Bay.
I'd like to talk about the Bay more when we have like a Contagion episode.
Yes.
I
feel
have
like-
never seen this movie.
I would like you to see
It's a
it
good
before
movie.
we talk about it.
Is it?
Honestly, it's that good.
It's got one hell of a name.
And then you can watch the porno version, The Bay, BAE.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Is it? Is it the Bay?
The Bay.
The Bay.
I'll let you draw your own
All
conclusions.
right, you're pitching that movie to me now. Go.
Huh?
You're pitch it.
Pitch it.
A lot of dicks. A lot of penetration. A lot of anal.
Lot of you.
A lot of
Here's-
sodomy.
Here's the thing. I don't
In
know
your
if this
ear.
is a gay porno or not yet.
What?
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to you.
you have only mentioned male things. I haven't been able to.
I mean, I did say lots of penetrate. No, but it can penetrate. Yeah.
You said specifically anal.
You're right. I didn't say anything about vagina. You're right.
You did,
Yeah. Which is why
Where's
I'm
my
saying
head?
I have no idea
Your head is at
whether
gay
or not
porn.
this is.
My head's on gay porn.
Not
That's
that
right.
There's anything wrong
I'm all
with
about
Yeah.
the porn stash. I'm all about the whips and chains and the leather. I am thinking about the Village People right now.
it.
I'm all about it.
Great band.
I'm
Anyway,
always thinking about the Village People.
I
is there a
know.
time that you're ever not
Song. You're right. They pop into my head at least once a day,
like?
Fair.
but not
okay.
the whole. You know, one day it's the cop, one day's the Indian.
It's
or
it's
Native
all of
American,
them. I mean, do they
one day's
exist
the construction
separately?
worker.
Like the second, like
They gotta have jobs. That's why they're wearing uniforms.
no, that's a good point. But like when they come together, it's like the Avengers. Like, do they exist outside of that at that point? Like when they go away, do they just poof and like they don't exist?
And when they come together, are their uniforms like their superhero uniforms?
I think so.
So they're like regular Joe Schmoes.
All right, you heard it here, Hollywood. That's one's free.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Village People Avengers style.
Hell yeah.
What would a gritty Village People reboot look like?
Oh my god.
I think
So
it would be
weathered.
a cross between the first Avengers and the Warriors.
Are we talking? Okay, so what part of the first Avengers? The first half, because not a lot happens in the first half. Or we're talking like second half.
Listen, I think
It's the
it should
Chris
be
Evans beard version.
That's Infinity War, girl. What?
That
So?
is Infinity
Where, he
War.
said specifically the first Avengers.
No, but I'm
when they all
talking
come
like-
together because it's like an
no.
origin story of the Village People, right?
Yeah, but then if you want to get
Ooh,
gritty,
that's a good point.
Ooh.
Now you can have like,
You can
and
have
then
an origin
they
story.
all come together and they're all doing like the dance from the YMCA. That's the
Cop is
pan
a rookie
around.
Cop, the construction worker was playing with his Tinker Toys when he was a kid. The S&M dude is, well, he's still the S&M dude, but you know, I mean, it's you know, the other. Were there two cops?
Hold on.
There was
in
the
it-
cop. And
I mean, there's the
There was
Native
the leather
American.
daddy with the huge fucking stash
Yeah.
and the big aviators, and all the leather.
I can say I
And then
never
the
thought
Native
I was going to be Googling the
the-
Village People today.
I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah, I could have sworn there was two cops.
That's not them. There's a okay. So there's the cowboy.
The cowboy. That's
The,
what I'm
the
missing. That's what I'm
cowboy.
missing.
The biker is the S&M
The
guy.
biker, yep.
The motorcycle cop.
Yes.
The soldier. The Native
That was like the lead
American
singer.
and the electrician, who you know he's an electrician because he's got a lightning bolt on his
That's-
helmet.
I didn't even know they had an electrician.
I
I'm
mean,
huge into disco.
I'm looking at it.
Holy shit.
I'm looking at it right now.
All right. All right.
Again, didn't think I'd be googling them today.
God, I love that this is a horror podcast and we're talking about the fucking Village People in disco.
I
Why
mean,
wouldn't
who
we?
knows at this
Awesome.
point? We're sending
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
You're right.
so gritty Village People reboot.
I'm all about it.
I can
all
see the
about it.
Warriors aspect. I kind of like the
Come on.
concept.
Of course.
It's them fighting way through. All right, so where are they fighting through?
They're fighting through fucking
I say East Los Angeles.
East Los Angeles. There you
That
go.
sounds right.
And there's
Yeah.
other makeshift wannabe disco bands that are getting together, and every neighborhood has a different.
And they have like
band.
West Side Story dance offs.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's how they fight.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I feel like
And
you
it-
guys should like shoot a pilot.
I'm telling you.
Chop it.
And the very
I
end of
just
the
want
movie
to be
ends with
there while they
YMCA.
pitch just this to like some big executive somewhere, and
then
they're
they switch
sitting like
costumes,
this.
check
Yeah.
it out.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, yeah. Bring a big
100%.
fucking trunk.
Okay, so what are the other band? Like, what are the other bands? Like, obviously, we got their aesthetic. What are we looking at here?
Honestly, you know.
I just imagine that-
How about this? How about this? instead of it being
I
like
wish you guys
they're
could've
all
seen
like
his
they're all
face.
like a mishmash of different. You get one gang that's all cops. One gang that's
I
all
knew you were
natives,
going
one gang
for it.
That's all construction.
So it's the
workers.
combined forces of all the gangs.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on. Come
literally,
on.
there's
Why
the
are we the only two that are
tagline.
excited about this?
I mean, I'm here for it. I'm just like,
Okay, all right. I love
We're
it.
riffing. We're riffing. I like that.
my
dig it.
bedtime was also a half an hour ago.
Oh.
so.
No, okay. So do all these guys used to be part of the other gangs?
They're all that's
Now
what
they're
it is.
choosing.
They're all part of the other gangs. You know, all the gangs are doing some fucked up shit, or they're disenchanted with who they are, who they're with. They want to go out on their own, and then somehow they all meet each other somehow through different circumstances.
So who's
And
the
it-
Nick Fury in this scenario?
Who's the Nick Fury?
Who would be the
Ooh.
guy to pull them all together?
Would it be the fucking street cop, or the?
But that's the Captain America.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, who's the Godfather in this scenario? Who's the one who
Does it have
brings
to
them
be
all?
one of them?
You know
I would
what?
say no.
I would.
Nick Fury wears leather. He's got the leather trench. He's got.
So
the
we're just
leather
gonna
eye
have
patch.
Nick Fury show up.
We're gonna have the S&M fucking biker guy. He's a Nick Fury.
See, I would think it would be
Leather
one
and
of
leather.
them that's not one of the.
It's got to be
gangs.
somebody who's not a part of the gang.
Yeah, because he's not an Avenger.
But then who's it gonna be then?
George Michael.
George Michael. What? That's a totally different era.
Okay.
George Michael's like 2 years old, maybe.
From the future.
Was he? George Michael. from
George
the
Michael
future?
for the.
Whoa.
Whoa. We just jumped the shark.
You just blew my mind.
Okay.
Well, he knew that the world would need the village people.
You're right. Because
Something
if there was
happens where
no
the world-
YMCA, there would be no I want your sex.
It's like butterfly effect. It's seriously, it's like all of a
And
sudden.
that's it. That's it. Those are the only things.
There's a world without the village people, and first there's going to be some huge like civil war if the village people never happen. So that's George Michael travels back into the past to try to find out of all of these gangs the top person from each one, so he can assemble them and
The
they can
super
save the
group.
world.
And he travels in a fucking not a phone booth, but oh, come on, help
The
me out.
DJ booth?
Help me out. A DJ booth. Yes, a
Hey,
DJ booth.
And that's how
a la Bill and
he
Ted's.
he's scratching the and that's how he goes back and forth through time.
Oh my God.
Pat, is it-
1968. Chicka, chicka, chicka.
guys, is it
Yes.
safe to say that we jumped the shark?
I already said that joke.
Oh, you did? I didn't
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah, he said
Fuck.
it.
Literally the second she said time travel, I said we jumped the shark. And I actually thought about saying no pun intended, but I let it go.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-huh.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
You got to
I
get
wasn't
on the
paying
level.
attention to you.
Dun-dun,
Yeah.
dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
All right. So the
Oh,
village
that's
people.
awesome.
Okay. Wow.
On that-
I think that's it.
On that note,
On
can
that-
we? There's no way we can go anywhere from here.
No,
That-
we've
that's
we've
it.
officially peaked this episode.
That's
Yeah.
it. Totally.
All right.
Well,
I'm glad
on
I
that
dropped
note-
in.
Yeah, I am too. So obviously, you're already listening to us. You can listen to us on all platforms. If you want to talk to us about village people, you can reach us at Territorial Podcast.
We are now a Village People podcast.
Could we talk about village people for an instant?
All
Never
village
mind.
people
I don't
all
wanna-
I think we
time.
kind of just did.
Kinda
We did.
territorialpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram at Territorial Podcast. You can also find us in the same name on Facebook, Twitter, Territorial Cast, and I think that's about it, eh?
Everywhere. You can catch us anywhere, any platform, right?
Including
You can't catch
East
us
Los
anywhere.
Angeles.
Please don't try to find me anywhere because I will probably mace you.
Yes.
You carry mace?
Yeah, it's right in her pocket. Look, I thought it was her dick, but no, it's just mace.
My dick's bigger.
You're right.
That's on the left side. That
Yeah.
she sits on the right.
That's right.
So-
So it looks like she has two dongs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Like a
You
fork-
never know which
a
one to
forked
go for.
dong.
Actually, I got catcalled earlier while I was getting out of the car and I was trying to adjust my shorts and a guy
Here?
asked, yeah, when I was out in the parking lot and some guy asked me if he could help me with my shorts and I asked him if I could help, or he asked me, he's like, do you need help with your shorts? And I asked him if he needed
Wow.
help dying and then he drove away.
Oh wow.
It was
okay.
one of my cooler
Okay.
moments.
You know what it was? It's because you're so dark now. You look like
It
a
is.
minority.
That's what did it.
So, yeah.
It's because I look like and I have
Because
a
I'm sure if
fat
you were
ass,
pale
which
like
helps,
Casper,
too.
they wouldn't fuck with you.
Okay, all right,
We're like,
no,
nope.
time out. We've been derailed. All right, so what did this dude look like?
He was in a car. He was a little
Okay, that's a
bit,
start.
well, yeah.
He had a face.
He had a face.
He was in a car. He was older. He had dark hair. He was a white guy though.
He was a Caucasian.
Yeah,
Yeah, see?
Caucasian with
Rest my
darker
case.
hair.
Yep.
Sunglasses.
You went by older. What do you mean? How old are we talking?
Probably like early 50s.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
shit, he was bold.
I
Then.
was, yeah.
He was like, "Hey, baby,
Can I
I'm gonna
help
Or he
you?
looked-
I'm gonna help you with that crack."
He was a white guy. He also probably could have been in his 40s, and we'd never know.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's right.
Can I help you with your?
don't
That's a
So weird.
That's one of the
thing
worst
to
pickup.
say.
Listen, there's
Honestly,
no way. I don't
I'm just
think.
trying to
Listen,
pick
we
my
got
shorts out of my
two
ass,
ladies here. Like honestly, would a guy trying to hit on you guys from a car, does that ever work? Does that ever work?
No.
I got candy in the back seat.
Better than a bicycle, but
True.
no.
Yeah.
Wait, you
okay.
actually got from a
Candy?
bicycle?
Oh yeah, ding dings. I've gotten
Candy
instead of-
probably. Oh, have you gotten
Ring.
Have you gotten the skateboard ones?
Oh,
The
yep.
skateboard. Like, what do you
Skateboard?
want me to do? Hop on? Like,
Yeah.
what-
Get on your back.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Well, then we get a Yoda time, and that would just be great.
it's a good time.
And then
So,
you do
yeah.
a kickflip as he goes away.
All right.
All
but
right.
We already said our goodbyes. So
No. Okay. Oh man.
What? Do you
So many questions.
So
now.
many.
That's not
There's so
over.
many.
yeah.
Oh,
for next
man.
time.
Yes.
All right.
On
If
that note-
Micah said, "Hey, can I help you with your shorts?" Would you do?
No.
Go die.
God, no. Yeah.
Actually, more than even the other guy.
Yes, pretty much. I'd be more inclined.
Like suck
to
this
agree.
mate's dick. There you go.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
All right. Well, that was fun.
on that note, I'm Drew,
I'm Eugene for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess I'm Pat.
as opposed to literally anyone. And also, Desi's here too. Yay!
Hooray!
Yay! And
And,
more
we are-
importantly, the village people.
More importantly,
Yes.
the village people. And we
George
are,
Michael.
despite the fact that there are currently 4 of us sitting here and Micah's not part of it, we are the Terror Trio,
We
and
are.
no one is here to give us any shitty taglines at the end. So
No,
great.
I'm excited. I'm
God.
excited for that for the edit.
Oh,
So
God.
Isn't this awesome?
Okay,
I don't have to think of a
bye.
stupid joke.
All right, guys.